Alright, I want to talk about why I stopped playing video games, and straight off the bat I want to be very clear here. This video is not about demonizing gaming. I'm not about to tell you to stop playing games. As far as I'm concerned, gaming is really no different to any other form of escapism. It's no different to reading, watching movies, LARPing. I actually used to do this weekly Vampire the Masquerade LARP in the city. It was fun. Look, we don't need to get into that. So look, I didn't set out to stop playing games. I didn't wake up one day and go, yo, gaming is no longer for me, or gaming is bad for me, I'm just going to consciously stop. My interest in it waned, and then I came to realize, firstly, why that happened. Secondly, why that was a good thing for me specifically. And now I'm seeing gaming in a much different light. Look, we'll get into it. Okay, so first up, for me, growing up in my teens, gaming became an escape. Not just escapism, but an escape. I wasn't a happy teenager. I've struggled with severe depression for most of my life, which I've just recently managed to get over, and things are looking a lot better for me. You can check the card at the top of the screen right there if you want to see how I did that one. Man, like, this could be a whole other video, but in short, I feel like my upbringing and the way that I dealt with certain things was quite different to a lot of my peers, and that resulted in me not really clicking in the environments in which I was placed at school and whatnot. So I had trouble making friends. I wasn't like completely alone with no friends, but I really had a hard time connecting with people. I never felt like I fit in. I never felt like anyone understood me, and I didn't really understand anyone else. So really, I grew up quite isolated, particularly with regards to my peers. So I didn't really have people my own age to be around very often growing up. So I turned to gaming, and especially because I feel like this, especially with boys, with young men, this is and has been in the past a really common issue. Traditionally boys weren't really encouraged to open up and share with others, which makes making friends difficult. And even if you've got parents who don't encourage the whole, men don't cry, suck it up, don't show your emotions sort of mentality, that stuff can seep in just from society, which is what happened to me. My parents were definitely not like that. They were encouraging of me sharing and showing my emotions, but you go out into the world and not everyone is brought up in that way, and you pick up bad habits, and oh man, it's a whole mess. So what I'm trying to get at here is I felt isolated growing up, and looking back, a lot of my peers probably felt very similarly. So what did they do? They turned to gaming, just like I did. I turned to gaming because it was a way to live in a world, interact, I think is the key component here. Interact in this world that is better than your own. And man, that's the dangerous part. And it can happen just as easily with books, with movies. This is not mutually exclusive to gaming. The only thing that makes gaming maybe a little bit easier to fall into in this need to escape is the fact that it's interactive, because it makes you feel like you have some sort of agency, even if really it's all an illusion. So that was a really long way of saying I got into gaming, I think, for the wrong reasons. And then as I became a young adult, I felt the need to justify my gaming habit. So what did I do? I created a gaming YouTube channel, which is possibly why you're watching this video in the first place. So look, I'll be fully transparent and upfront with you. Yes, I enjoyed gaming. I'm not here telling you that all the thousands of videos that I've made over the years were fake. I was enjoying the process, I really did. But it came from a place of me trying to justify this need to escape from my reality, from my life. And I don't need to do that anymore, which is why I no longer make gaming videos. So how did this all happen? How did I go from needing to escape gaming every day and waiting for the end of the day so that I could go home and game and escape from the life that I wasn't enjoying? How did I go from that to, like, pretty much not gaming at all. Like I still, like we'll get to that. I still play games sometimes, but it's not, I don't need to. And I go days, a week, sometimes more without booting up a game. How did that change? Like I said, it wasn't a conscious choice. I didn't wake up and go, I'm gonna stop gaming. But in short, I became dissatisfied with my life enough that I needed to change. I took steps to change, to take back my power, to change me, how I react to the world around me, how I take action within it. And it wasn't like, boom, and I stopped gaming. It was a process of 3 years getting better every day, bit by bit, incremental progress, just like grinding away in an MMO, right? Hey, he's hip, he knows about the games, he's got the lingo. And at the end of this roughly 3-year journey, I got to the point where I was like, that's it. I just, like, I don't need to anymore. The will, no, the desire, the need, because it was a need, man. Like I would wait every day. I'd go, oh, like I got a game. I'm hesitant to call it an addiction because I don't think it really felt like that. But you know, I felt uncomfortable when I couldn't do it because it was my only reward, and that's important. We're going to get to that in a second. Gaming was my only reward. Shit, man. Like that gave me goosebumps to say that out loud. I hadn't verbalized that before, but that was a problem. Once I had built up rewards from other aspects of my life, and more importantly, the ability to perceive rewards in other aspects of my life, because it's not necessarily a matter of I've improved my life and now that part of my life is better and that's giving me a sense of reward. It was like, this is the stuff that was happening anyway, but now I see it in a positive light and I see it as a reward. There was a lot of that going on, just shifting my perception. Once I started feeling this sense of reward from other aspects of my life, my desire, my need for playing games just melted away. All right, so let's talk about that important thing that I flagged, we're going to talk about that in a second. Recently, I saw a clip, and I wish I could find it. If I find it, I'm going to put a link to it in the description, but it was like long enough ago, and you know what YouTube Shorts are like. It's hard to find them in the sea of ones that you flip through. Hey, listen, we can talk about YouTube Shorts another time. Something else that is potentially addictive. But I found this short that was talking about how, for a lot of people, gaming has become the only sense of positive reinforcement in their lives. I had gotten to the point where I couldn't perceive the positive reinforcement from other people in my life. It happened, I recognized it, and my mind was like, no, that's not good enough, or that didn't happen. That's a lie, that's bullshit, get it out of here, don't worry about it. I couldn't appreciate it, it didn't sink in, and I let gaming become the only positive reinforcement. I mean, I would spend the whole, like I said, I would spend the whole day thinking about gaming, not just waiting for the day to end so that I could get back to gaming, but like thinking about what I was going to do in the game, right? Like that, I would actually expended my energy throughout the day, like being like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build up that in Factorio. And looking back, it's like, all right, yeah, I was excited about the game. That's potentially innocent enough, but I know that it was, I was diverting energy away from much more important, potentially more fulfilling things to focus on this virtual world that meant nothing. And that was a big issue for me. Once I started to lose that interest in gaming, it became painfully clear to me that for me at least, my time was much better served taking that focus, that energy that I used to put into gaming and applying it to other aspects of my life. I mean, even before I stopped gaming or started to think about, winding down my gaming habit, I couldn't really play MMOs. Man, I've got a love-hate relationship with EVE Online. I want to love that game so much. I've tried playing it several times for quite a while too, but it's just it's like a second job, you know? It's a full-time job in and of itself, or it can be. And every time I try to get into it, in the back of my mind, I'm going, buddy, for all the reading you have to do, all the research you have to do, all the work and grinding you have to do, if you put this much energy into literally anything else in your life would be noticeably better than it is, right? And I just couldn't get past that thought. And that is a big reason for why I've mostly stopped playing games. I sit down to play a game and I'm like, all right, this is cool and all, it's flashing lights, it's entertaining, escapism, but what if I just put this hour or two into improving something in my life, and then my life will become the video game, my life will become the dopamine machine instead of this game that can't give me anything except for temporary enjoyment, a reward in the moment. In 5-10 years time, I'm not going to give a shit about the dope factory I built in Factorio. What I will care about is the time I devoted to learning about investment and putting some money away and letting it grow. That will actually make my life better in 5-10 years. Or putting effort into switching up my content on YouTube and feeling a lot better about the videos I put out. In 5-10 years, this is going to be a lot more valuable than my Witcher 3 save. As much as I love The Witcher 3, it's my favorite game of all time. Working on my social skills and dealing with my internal demons, improving my social life is absolutely going to be more value to me in 5 or 10 years than however many Warframes I've farmed up. This feels like a gateway to something that I don't want to be a part of, but smash. Look, if you're still watching this video, I got to assume that you're at least hearing me out here. But in case you're feeling a little bit of resistance here, I just want to reiterate, I'm not here to tell you to stop gaming. I'm not saying that gaming is the enemy. I'm saying for me, I started gaming for the wrong reasons. I kept gaming for the wrong reasons. And those reasons are no longer tying me to this particular hobby. I still play games occasionally, you know? If I had to average it out, maybe every 3 to 4 days or so, I'll spend an hour, 2 hours tops on something. And it feels good, you know? It's not a second job. It's not me trying to make up for a lack of achievement, a lack of fulfillment in my real world life. It's just something to do to pass the time because we do need downtime. I'm not all about like the Sigma grind set, always working. Like, yeah, like work on your shit, absolutely, get stuff done. But when it's done, take a break, all right? And that's when I'll play a game. So look, if none of this rings true for you, cool. I'm happy for you, man. If your gaming habit is healthy and not interfering with your life in any way, shape, or form, more power to you. Enjoy the games. But if any of this rings true, if any part of my story has triggered something in you and made you think, shit, that's kind of me as well, just have a think. Next time you boot up a game, think about why. Are you just relaxing? If that's all it is, cool, enjoy. Is it to make up for a sense of a lack of achievement in your life? Hey, then maybe think about what could you do instead of playing a game in that moment to help improve your life. All right, guys, happy gaming, happy self-improvement. I'll see you next time.